Oh, welcome back, you lovely bunch. Thanks for tuning in again. I hope you're all doing good. As you can see, I have a whole load of boxes here from Shimano. So this is a full GRX 12-speed mechanical group set. There's everything in here. New brake rotors, new rear mech, new shifters, new brake calipers. Everything's new. It's all new. And this is all going on my Marin headland. So I've gone for an 11 to a 51 tooth rear cassette. 12 speeds, there's not going to be massive jumps between the gears. So this uses a microspline driver, so I should just be able to pull off my old DT Swift driver, pop on the microspline, and then this will bolt straight on. And I can still use that with my standard stayer wheels. This is the thing that I'm most looking forward to, this cassette. Like, and 12 speed. I mean, I'm looking forward to testing out the complete group set, but having a wide range rear cassette, like, and I mean a really wide range, like a 10 to a 50, 10 to a 51, like, it's really hilly here. Some of the stuff is really technical, really steep, and the easier the gearing I've got, the less fatigued I get on those big climbs or those techie climbs. It makes it a little bit more fun. And so previously I was running a 9 to a 46 11 speed. Now with a 12 speed I'm going to be running a 10 to a 51. I'm keeping the front chainring the same, so I'm going to lose a little bit at the top end, but that's something I never really had an issue with. So having that 51 tooth as a big cassette is going to make everything an absolute dream. So really looking forward to getting these on. I've got the bike in the stand. I guess we should get it stripped down and get it all set up. Right, fingers crossed this goes smoothly. Let's go. Right, I'm going to have to interrupt this build. You see this little driver here? This little driver has caused me a whole heap of problems. So I put this on the wheels. It's a DT Swiss one, so these just slot on really easily. Really quick to change the cassette over or change the driver over. But this is the 148 one, and I couldn't work out why when I put my cassette in, it would just jam up, it wouldn't turn. I messaged everyone that I knew asking what the issue is. Like, everyone was baffled by it. And it turns out that just this end cap was the wrong size. And this is for like a 148 hub, and it's a little bit wider here, it's a little bit longer here. So basically it doesn't work. So Shimano were lovely, sent me a new one over, but I did have to wait for that. But now the wheel is set up, the cassette is on, I've got upgraded brakes, levers, like gears, rear derailleur, lovely GRX crankset. I have kept my old power meter on there because it's a 170 crank and I do like having power data, so I have kept my power meter on there rather than put the fresh new arm on because this is bonded to the actual arm, so I can't take that off. But all that's left to do is the chain, the bars, set up the gears, and we're ready to go. And also I've got to say that I have managed to set up the brakes like pretty perfectly. I did get a little bit of leakage and a little bit of fluid on the front brake rotor and on the calipers. So hopefully I'll clean them off. I did actually put them in the oven to see if that would burn off some of the crap, because when I was sitting there was a bit of squeak on the front brake. But now there's no squeak at all and it seems fine. So fingers crossed I haven't actually contaminated my pads before I've even ridden the bike. Let's continue this, let's get the bar tape on, and I'll give you guys a little look at this bike and talk you through its setup and my plans for it. Right, let's continue now we have the right part installed. Right, that was actually not that much of a nightmare. The little bit of a nightmare was obviously the microspline being the wrong size, so that delayed this entire build. But I've managed to set up my disc brakes on my own and they feel very nice. I might actually need to put a little bit of fluid in my front brake, but it seems all right at the minute. Cassette, everything, gears, that was all an absolute dream to set up once I got the right driver on there. So I do have a microspline that's a 142, not a 148, so that made it work perfectly. I mean, this is the cassette that I was looking forward to trying. I mean, look at it. It is an absolute beast of a cassette. So this is the Marin headlands. I have some Yo-Yo like gravel bars on there. They've got a nice flare to them. Very skinny little stem. And then obviously Shimano 12-speed GRX mechanical group set. I've got no problem with using a cable. I don't need everything to be wireless. Yes, I love the wireless aesthetic, but honestly, I can't wait to take this out for a ride. I can't wait to tackle some really steep climbs, some techie climbs. So having a wide range cassette on my other bike and 12-speed did make me realise how much I do like that setup, and I did find myself riding that other bike slightly more just because there's just so much more gear range, and if you weren't really feeling it, you could just have a chilled ride because I've got the gear range that allows that. Or if I want to have a smashy ride, I've got the gear range that allows that. So basically, this is the gearing for everything. You can get a smaller cassette than a like 10 to a 51. It also comes in like a 10 to a 45, but bigger is better. So I've whacked on the old 51 tooth, and honestly, this build is my dream build. Look at it. Oh, absolutely amazing. Can't wait to go ride it. So in the next video, we're going to take this out for a bit of a test ride. Fingers crossed everything works, and fingers crossed my brakes aren't actually contaminated, because I'm really hoping they're not. A massive, massive, massive thanks to Shimano for sending over all the group set for me to try out. And I will be doing a more in-depth review of the group set once I've ridden it. But honestly, if it's anything like the 11 speed, very, very high expectations. Right, thank you as always for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.